Hello everyone, Cradax here. Welcome back. It's a beautiful, what is today? I think this is a Monday recording that I'm doing right now. I hope you enjoyed having a Saturday recording. That was a fun one to finally have a weekend episode. I guess it kind of makes up for the day I missed this last week. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I am still in the thick of figuring out real life stuff, so I'd say I'm doing well, but that would kind of be a lie. I'm surviving, so I guess that's better than nothing, right? But yeah, you know, things are hard, and sometimes that's just what they are. Our culture is often obsessed with saying, well, but I'm okay for this reason or that reason, you know, but at least blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know what? No, things suck, and it's okay for things to suck. We need to be able to live in that tension a little bit more in life. It's healthy to be able to live in that tension. Anyway, we'll stop life lessoning and we'll go back to bloop. Working on our base here. So I have no path because I don't know. I think I was facing the wrong way. We're working on the cladding and aramid and Kevlar and all that jazz for optical fibers. It's still gonna be a long time before we actually get optical fibers because we're missing photophores, but everything else is done and doable. So I'm gonna get it all set up as if we have the photophores, and then eventually we'll get trits going and that'll be done. I do want to fill in these buildings with Yotoy, and we're also missing that guy. So let's grab our aloe plants. Ooh, did I map this out right? So what is that? 44 plus 25 is 69. Yep, okay, that's correct. I did do that correct. I'll just go manually fill these up. Five, 6. All right. The rest back in the bin. Okay, and did I know I added another limestone. Did I need more soil? Do these use soil? Those don't even use soil at all. So total usage is 2 limestone, 0.5 soil. Okay, perfect. We're good to go on all that then. And what's the steam for? Oh, that's just a geothermal plant. Unrelated. Unrelated thing. Okay, so then, and this is where we're making the TCL, which will be researched soon. Well, I say that right as our science cuts out. In this episode, we look at why science isn't running. As always, glassware. Now that's not what I expected to see. Oh. Fuel is a problem again, huh? Huh. Are we running over here? We are. Wait, what is this measuring? If we have aromatics and gasoline. Okay. Man, that's so interesting that we're out of fluid fuel. Even with all this processing that we're doing, and with all this stuff going on over here too. I guess we did steal a lot of benzene, but still. I could start using aromatics as a fluid fuel. It's a pretty low value. That I'm scared of the low 350 just because it doesn't provide very much time of fluid fuel. like 25,000 aromatics is just not that much fuel, since it's only 350 kilojoules. Every 3 units roughly is 1 megajoule. So 30,000 units is only 10,000 megajoules. Is that a lot? I don't know. Let me think about, like, how long will all of these run? How many buildings do we have? 28? 175 megawatts of fluid fuel. So they would consume 500 a second. Yeah, I'd only get 50 seconds of fuel from a fluid fuel dumper of aromatics. So that, I just don't think aromatics is that great for that reason. But yeah, I need to look at making something else here. In the medium distillates, I mean, I need the titanium tetrachloride into stripped distillates. I could turn the stripped distillates into methanol, 200 gasoline. That's a lot of fuel. 150 benzene. That one's a little tempting. Tin chromium is about 210, 2 chromium-ish. It's not crazy expensive. Well, but it's kind of expensive because for 200 gasoline a second, I would need 210, 2 chromium a second. High distillates can just be turned into naphtha. Which, am I using naphtha as fluid fuel? I can't remember. Or is that too low of a fuel value as well? I think I decided it's too low of a value. So then what can I process? Oh, it just feels so good. Look at all this rubber. I just want to say I'm very happy about that. What can I do here to make more fuel? That's so interesting that that's the issue we're stuck with here. I'm sure there's some good ways to make fuel. I'm looking for one specific build, and I already forgot what it was. What was I looking for? It was probably something in this block, because all my stuff is in this block. Am I doing anything with naphtha? Wait, where's this naphtha going? Follow that train! It's going to naphtha plus oxygen to bitumen. Huh. Interesting. So are we using all of our naphtha? Are we out of naphtha? We are. Does that mean I'm out of bitumen? Bitumen? It looks like we are. Crazy. We've got plenty of syngas. Oh, it's to make nitrogen. Oh, we're using naphtha to make nitrogen. Yeah, that's not the best play, I guess. I don't love that. That is the problem with the bitumen. We are spending naphtha on it. I forgot we were spending naphtha on it. Can naphtha do anything else? It can. It can be turned into tall oil, which is a good fuel. So it's probably worth... Or this diesel one. Is that good? That's actually not bad. That's kind of a way to use your naphtha up. And a bunch of... If you have extra aromatics. Interesting. I could do channel 2 aromatics. For that. Because I've got some channel 2 aromatics. That's not a bad idea. I might do that. Because I know we're making naphtha somewhere. This one's out of naphtha too. Because we've got plenty of natural gas, I guess. So most of our naphtha probably comes from this process. The condensates, looping, refined natural gas, loop back. Okay, so what I want to do then is find wherever we made nitrogen the first time. Is that it? It's the only place we're making nitrogen. Huh. Okay, so what I want to do is hook up... I don't know how chlorine got in here. We're going to hook this up to nitrogen. This is station priority 50. Perfect. I want to save myself, if I can, some, whatchamacallit, some naphtha. So I'm going to add a couple more sets. You know, what is that? That's only 6 megawatts right there. That's nothing. And I'm going to replace these with the proper doodads. So that we can be caught up with the modern ages of red advanced pipes. Did I get them all? I think I did. Nope. This one. No, that's the old one. Dumb. Okay, anyway. Let's get a RoboPort up in here. Okay, and then, yeah, so now all we need is some more T-junctions for the nitrogen, which is this one. This one. This one. Oxygen. Wait, what? How did I miss that one? I just did that completely off. On purpose, I guess. This is the oxygen. And then the purest nitrogen, or no, sorry, it's called nitrogen contaminant now. Finally, it makes sense. Finally, it makes sense. Oh, I can't believe it took them that long to change it. Okay, now I'm confused. Why are those connecting? Oh, I see. I'm one tile too far. Okay, so that should get us a decent amount of nitrogen per second. And then we're going to overflow that. Let's see. Okay, nitrogen. connected to here. Why is that still green? That scares me that that's still green. It shouldn't be green. Okay, I can't use that one. I'm gonna have to go up to here. I think this is all just connected, right? I don't have any overflows or anything going on. Yeah. Okay, and then we can just do one of these guys. These guys overflow 90 underground, and then this is gonna need to be hooked up to wiring. Wait, what is this? What did I do here? Why are things hooked up to 2? Oh, that's just extra storage, I think. Okay. And the red, what's the red about? The red is something about chlorine. I don't need to worry about it. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Twice, apparently. Okay. Alright, so that's all getting built. Yada yada. I think I'm good with power. Oh, the air. Where's the air hooked up? Ah, I didn't hook up the air. Shoot. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that's hooked up, and then air. And then as far as total air input, we need 480. And where is the air input? Here. We got 800. Perfect. Okay, so this can just be kind of a nitrogen production facility, and we get some free oxygen out of it, which I believe we are not wasting, right? Oh my god, I'm wasting it. Ah, what is this? We even have an oxygen trashing station right here. Goodness gracious me. That's just a crime. Let's get that oxygen hooked up. This needs to be overflow only. And then all of the oxygen otherwise will go down across. We do need a pump. Make sure it's one way, so otherwise the overflow thing will keep the tanks at the train destination from filling up fully, which we don't want. Okay, so there's more oxygen hooked up. Now we're not wasting that. And then this stuff is only useful if we filter it, right? I mean, you can craft it back into air. That's pointless. Yeah, I mean, it's only good if you want to spend filtration media to make nitrogen. So I could spend filtration media instead of naphtha, basically. Those are my choices right now. Okay, but the overall effect of this should be to provide nitrogen for free. Not a ton of it, but it'll help supply some basic needs. Up to 100 a second, basically. Okay. And then, how's power doing? Power's doing totally fine. We're actually in a low stage right now because we're not doing any science. Okay, so then we've got that done. Now I wanted to look at naphtha. So So naphtha comes from high distillates and gasoline. And then we can either turn it directly into tall oil, or we can add some aromatics and tin chromium to turn that into diesel. Am I making tin chromium? I don't think I am. So that should probably go on our list. Yeah, I'm not making any tin chromium. I think I was trying to add more Phoenix and never got around to it. Or was I trying to add more iron niobium alloy? I have no idea. We'll never know. Okay, so... it's hard to believe we don't have enough fluid fuel with all this stuff running around. It really is hard to believe. Is some of it the liquid nitrogen? Is that taking a while to fill up? It's full now, but that might have hurt my nitrogen pretty hard, and that's why we're scrambling now. But yeah, it's full again. So naphtha's probably not getting spent. Yeah, interesting. Okay, well, let's try the diesel thing. But we've got these high distillates that we're not using. And medium distillates that we're not using. Wait. I thought we were using medium distillates. No, we're using low distillates. Oh. And like, why has this finished? Are we not? Okay, we're pumping that into that, and then this goes into this, which then is an overflow heavy oil for fuel. I probably just need more fuel here, though. That would help a little bit. Let me just add in a bit more storage there. But yeah, we're not even doing anything with the medium distillates at all. Probably because we need the titanium tetrachloride, which I'm not making yet. Gosh, but that even has a fuel value that I could use. You know, if I could just pipe that up to the glassworks and use it. It sucks. If I had the higher tier trains, I'd consider it, but just the fluid only being 25,000, sitting around a 400 kilojoule thing just doesn't seem worth it. Okay, so high distillates plus gasoline gives me naphtha and condensed. And what does condensed distillates do? Nothing useful, I think. We get a tiny bit of gasoline back and some petroleum gas. Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible, because we get 50 condensed distillates, which brings us 12.5 gasoline. So we get more than half of the gasoline back. And then some random petroleum gas as an output. And then a bunch of naphtha, which we then could combine, or just turn directly into tall oil. Okay, so then we're getting 3 to 2 naphtha to tall oil. So this would be 100 tall oil. So we're basically spending 7.5 gasoline to make 25 petroleum gas, which is a fuel value of 1 megajoule. That's actually a decent fluid fuel. So 7.5 gasoline goes to 25 petroleum and 100 tall oil. That's very much worth it. So I should be doing this. So let's get our high distillates shipped out. I actually think we screwed up a little bit here because I don't have... Like, we should set up an F provider here for... Okay, so we are using up all the low distillates, so we need to provide the high and the medium distillates. High distillates. Medium distillates. Alright, and then those... what pathway can I use through the madness here? Probably not down through this way, because there's too much chaos in this corner. I could maybe go... Well, even right here is pretty packed in with all these belts. I could use undergrounds and go through this alleyway. And then just place some undergrounds under the coke belts. I think I'll do that. So we'll do like one here, one here. And then we can connect this way. And then we've got medium, high. Which I guess I should just pump out. No reason not to pump. Do that. And rotate properly. Okay. And then which one is the high is the bottom corner, which, oh gosh, is which one? It's this top one, which is this top one. So the top one is high dist. Top one goes to there. This is high. I mean, I could switch it, of course, but... Alright. That's not bad. Place that there. Priority high. 5, we'll say. Okay, so now I've got high and low distillates. Or high, medium. High plus med distillates from bitumen. Okay. Now, there's a part of me. Should I just process it right here? And load it onto a train station up here? No, because I'm going to get high and low distillates from other places. So we need to do this probably nearby. Like maybe right here or something. Like not too far, but close enough to the rest of the base to provide stuff. Yeah. Why don't I do... Why don't I do a station here? For some... oil processing gunk, which means we can remove those stations because we're gonna need fluid requester, probably 2 of them. Just gonna preemptively say 2 fluid requesters. What was that? Oop. Redo has some issues. Or not issues, but it's sharing a hotkey with something else. Don't know what that is. Okay, anyway, fluid requester 1, fluid requester 2, and then fluid provider. No, let me do a regular requester. For like tin chromium and titanium tetrachloride and stuff. And a fluid provider. And then a fuel provider. FP fungible. Our good friend. FP Fungi. Alright, that is is, let's see, all the power's connected, and we've got the space to throw in a RoboPort up there, and a lamp on this side, and we're golden. Okay, so there's our new station. And I guess we need a bunch of, what were they? It was one of these, actually. I think it was light oil refineries. But we should be certain. Diesel. Or no, tall oil. Tall oil is the free one, so I kind of want to gravitate towards that. Oh, also, we are using the tall oil from this, right? I just want to double check. We're not wasting this tall oil. Correct. We are wasting the tar. Can tar be turned into a fluid fuel easily? Kind of. You can quench it. No, it can. In DDCs, you get light oil, tall oil, and aromatics. Ah, shoot. We should be doing that. Because whenever these run, we're just wasting the tar. I guess I'm not wasting it. It is provided. I'm just not consuming that tar from anything. I don't think I have any tar request facilities. I guess we'd want to do a channel 2 tar request facility, because channel 1 would be for actually important tar stuff. Interesting. Well, I could start by processing that. Yeah, why don't we do channel 2 request first? Channel 2 only. And we could request tar. So any extra tar that we end up with will get requested here. I love all of this chem stuff. It makes me so happy. Alright, request threshold 25. Okay, that's good, good, good. Station priority 0 is fine. I could even put it at -1 because this is just to use up extra tar. And then go out this way to what I think is just a bunch of DDCs. So I guess we're gonna want a what was that? Oh, my phone just made a weird noise. Let's see, FP fungible for fluid fuel. Is there a way? It's not easy. I'm thinking, like, is there a way to do multiple FP fungibles without multiple stations? There technically is. Like, we could have different tanks with different pumps that enable based on the condition, but then we could have a decider combinator that only outputs 25,000 pressurized air if one of them has enough in it. But then we'd have to... No, we wouldn't have to sort. The train would self-sort. Because this would output what the train came for. Oh, but it says the train came for pressurized air. So that actually wouldn't work. Because the mask fluid is pressurized air. And the actual fluid is going to be, let's say, tall oil. Provide priority is... It's not a total byproduct, so we'll call it 5. Like 10 is for total byproduct, and it's just going to go in the trash either way. So yeah, that's filtered on pressurized air. They'd all be filtered on pressurized air, so all the pumps would want to turn on. So we'd have to have some sort of combinator that knows which one it came for, but we wouldn't be able to know which one it came for. So we'd have to have pumps only enabled in the first place if the source was greater than 25k, but then we need an SR latch so the pump finishes pumping into the train even if the tank drains below 25k. So that is, I mean, I just talked the whole thing out. It sounds possible to me, but I don't think I want to deal with that. So I'm just gonna have separate stations. Separate stations for now. We will also want a super trasher, because it's also a super provider, you know? It's both. Just leave those blank for now. Okay, so that all gets built, and the tar comes in. And then we need DDCs, destructive distillation columns, and we're gonna go way over to the side for this one. We'll see how much space we can save. And we want tar. This one? Yeah. Is tar quenching better? I know I should have looked into this first. So tar quenching is fast. Really fast, and you get 500 tailings. 500 tailings goes to 300 cold water slurry, which then goes to 75 aromatics and 75 benzene from 500 tar. This other one, oh no, this is better. This is 1-to-1, and it's mostly light oil and tall oil. So this is basically just turning tar into fuel. 80% roughly of the tar gets turned into fuel. Some gets turned into aromatics, which we don't really have a great use for. If we had extra hydrogen, we could turn that into petroleum gas, even. When did we get this recipe? In Green Science? Huh. This isn't that bad if you have spare hydrogen. It's probably not great if you're making the hydrogen with an electrolyzer, because hydrogen costs a decent amount to make. You get 20 per second, but from 10 megawatts. So each hydrogen is of like 500 kilojoules to make if you're actually spending the resources. So you're not getting that much payback in total here, doing it that way. Anyway, I digress. Let's get this rotated in such a way we can get all of the stuff attached. Yeah, let's do it this way. Copy this, horizontal flip. You know, it's weird, but hear me out. I think we can do it with 2. Only 2 spaces. That is what I mean by that. Because we can do this on the bottom. This, and then this. And then we'll do it on the bottom because it's more visible. And that should do it. And then we need power. We'll do 1 there. Does that reach? It does reach. Perfect. So then that even... So we can just copy this. How many do I even need? That's 24 tar a piece. So that's 48 tar. Oh, this little bump is the worst. You know what? I don't actually need it yet. I might need it later. Alright, fine. So that means this whole thing needs to go to the side a bit, like this. Okay, so anyway, each one of these is about 50. So that's about 100 tar a second. So we'll set this up for like 200 tar a second processing into fuel. And then the tar comes up and over. We connect the light oil at the bottom, tall oil, and aromatics. So aromatics is here. The tall oil is here, and the light oil is here with a T-junction here. That should be it for connections. No trains on their way to this stop. That seems bad. Shouldn't there be? I think there should be, so that is a problem. Tar to fuel. No, that means tar for fuel. Yeah, that's right. There should be trains with this stop. Are we missing? No, we have all the tracks. So why are we not getting tar output from here? Because this one should be channel 2. Input signal's only 22k. Wait. Minus 45k. Oh, it's this. Oh. Man. Sometimes I wish I wasn't a dummy. I need pumps. I need pumps for this system. I'm not a dummy, but sometimes it sure seems like it. Yeah, I really need pumps into this system, otherwise it won't measure properly. Okay, that should fix it, I think. Hydrogen's gonna have the same problem, isn't it? Okay. That should fix those problems, I think. And then the tar will be provided to the channel 2 network, because minus 45k, that'll bring it up to 30k, which then we'll finally get quested one at a time, and then that'll work out nicely. Okay, so no longer will this tar be wasted. And it's probably a lot. These have look at these things. Products finished 20,000. That's 120,000 tar right there, just from that one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Right, like we've wasted millions of tar over here. Think of all the millions of fluid fuel we could have used. So it's definitely, I think, a worthwhile endeavor what we're doing right now. Power's connected over there, so let's get. Let me throw a lamp here and here. And then FP fungible for tall oil, we've got right here. I want some big boy tanks for this. I can't line up. We do that. So this one is for tall oil, this one is for light oil. Yeah. Light oil on top, tall oil on bottom. We actually just need this to go up one, up one. And then I think that does it. Yeah. And then aromatics, we'll go into number 1 here. Aromatics, which is this tank. Go above that. And boom. That one needs an overflow. Let's see, why don't we do it this way, and then with an overflow into a sinkhole. Aromatics are a fluid, right? Oh yeah, show hidden is no longer a button. I need to re-enable that. Recipe book disabled the show hidden button by default, which in this case is not what I want. I do use it once in a while. We probably can see it here. Go on usages. Yeah, sinkhole. Okay. I thought that was the case. I just wanted to double check. Power the pump. And I think we're good. Sweet. Tar recycling facility is a go. Oh, they have to cross over a pretty big no man's land here, don't they? Can I help out? I guess I can do something like this. And this. It'll help a little bit. Okay, so the hope is that we're wasting less naphtha on nitrogen now. Clearly. I mean, and it's not bad. Like, the naphtha to nitrogen ratio is basically 1 to 3.5. 1 naphtha makes 3.5 bitumen. And then 3.5 bitumen makes 7 nitrogen. So 100 naphtha makes 700 nitrogen. And we can ignore all the other costs because it's just bitumen based and steam based, which is pretty free. So we even get stone as a byproduct for that, so it might even be useful in some ways. But yeah, so that is done, which this should mean we're now getting a little bit more tall oil and light oil added to our facilities. I'm considering whether I measure... Is there a point to measuring these guys? It only helps drain the last drops, right? Like, well, but this isn't gonna have 25. Yeah, no, I should measure these. I'm being dumb. The amount that we'll be missing out on is huge if we don't measure them. It'll require them to be quite full before a train thinks we have enough to deliver. So let's not do it that way. Look at that. Look at that fluid fuel. Delicious. Already building up. Okay, and soon these are gonna jam up on aromatics, so we need that power pole. Here it comes. Perfect. And just curious how the nitrogen's doing here. It's backed up. Perfect. Love to see that. And we are measuring it, right? Yeah, input signal is nitrogen. Okay, and then wanted to look at this. Okay. Yeah, so the ammonia is backed up, but I think we at least fixed this issue. So when they run, that's good to go. Okay, so we set up that, and then the next thing we could set up would be naphtha consumption, or medium distillates, or high distillates. I guess it would be high distillates to naphtha, and then use the naphtha right away. Though technically, if we make high distillates, we should provide it to the train network as well. There's so many options here. But yeah, I mean, our molten glass... it was going great for a while. And then it looks like, yeah, we've been... I don't know, that could have... I don't know, that huge drop is probably because we ran out of fluid fuel. It could be because we just happened to finish all of our glass stuff at the same time. But I kind of doubt that. Okay, so I think what we just did is probably not enough for fluid fuel, is the problem. So we're probably gonna have to do the high distillates work next episode. This is only gonna add a little bit at the end of the day. It just helps us not waste tar. So yeah, I think the next episode will work on high distillates processing. Need to get these powered up. That'll work, and then we'll pump out the high distillates and get those provided. Okay. I could, again, like, I've got all this syngas. Syngas, I don't think can turn into anything. I guess methanol. We wanted to use zinc and copper to make fluid fuel, but that doesn't seem the greatest. Propene, weirdly enough, if I have lead plates and steam to throw away. That nichrome's definitely not worth it for that. I don't think you can burn org solve or industrial solvent. Fine syngas is 500 kilojoules. Yeah, I mean, if you were swimming in zinc and copper, I guess that'd be a decent way to upgrade syngas's fuel potential, but I don't really think that's worth it. So I probably won't do that. By the way, Ralasia upmarking. What is the story with that? It's just not running anymore? It's still at 1,400 products. It feels like all of our Ralasia is probably getting used by science and cotton guts. Yeah, it hasn't done anything different. But cotton guts should be building up, right? No, they're just getting eaten. Yeah, I think we have a Ralasia problem still, which is unfortunate. I might... What does it cost to multiply the Ralasia Mark II once we have it? Just Fuwoji Mark II and flue gas? That's super easy. Barely an inconvenience. I might... This is gonna delay science for a while, but that's okay. We got other stuff to do, like more fluid fuel. I might actually heighten the priority of this to 10, positive 10 for a minute, so that this gets the Ralasia seeds and flowers we need to finish this process. I need Ralasia Mark II. It is actually... I think this is the most important Mark II thing of all of them, and we still haven't gotten it. How disappointing is that? I guess the seaweed was semi-important, because that was struggling a little bit, and moss would be the next most important, which we don't even have yet. I didn't really care about moondrops yet. I didn't really care about sap yet. I didn't really care about Tufra. In fact, I haven't even replaced the Tufra. I need to do that. That's what this is getting set up. Anyway, by raising that priority, that should mean that this gets all the Ralasia until this is done. So that's the hope there. We're gonna have to call this an episode, but as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next one as usual.